Please stay standing for the playing of our national anthem provided by your Parkview Viking Marching Band.
first. Once we get everybody seated, you can take your jackets off. Once we get everybody seated. Please wait till we get everybody seated, okay? Which means if you're not seated, get seated. Band members, when you take your jackets off, make sure you fold them inside out and lay them down on the lining. Don't lay the parts that you wear on the outside down on the seat. Does that make sense? Okay. Band members, go ahead and take your
Okay.
Are we on? All right, welcome to the Chain Gang Sports. Stephen Ray alongside with
Mr. Kevin Hall.
Kevin Hall is joining us tonight.
Long-time listener, never caller.
Yeah, long-time listener, first-time caller. So we are about 40 seconds away from game time. I did not pay attention, Kevin, to who won the coin toss.
Well, officially one of the teams did, Stephen. One of the teams did win the
It looks
flip.
like the Vikings are going back to receive.
That is right. We are going to be kicking off, and we're standing in Thursday night in the hot box.
Yeah, literally the hot box. So,
You know, we come in here tonight, Stephen. It's been a really quick 2 weeks. We're on Thursday night. This was supposed to be a Central game. That did not happen for Central this year, so we filled in on Thursday night their homecoming game against Parkview.
kind of an old, I'll say an old matchup of some old Rogersville coaches with Coach Bruffett and Coach Daniels on that Parkview sideline tonight. So, those guys are going to be looking for a W.
They are going to be looking for W. And you know what's really cool about this is our boys played for them for years and years and years. These boys playing tonight were freshmen when they left. So we have not faced Parkview yet. This will be a first for LR and Parkview in the history. Misha has zero data for us ever playing in history.
So Nate Knowles set to kick off, and
That's going to be a short one. And a whistle, and I don't see a flag.
there is on this side. They're on the 20.
Oh, yes, I do see it here. I'm hearing in the background it's going to be on Parkview, so keep our fingers crossed here. It's a way to start a ball game. But
No, they're picking it up.
they are. You know, the stats say LR should be kind of the favorite here. We've scored quite a few points, somewhere around 44 points on the average, where they've only scored 9 in the first 2 games. And they played 2 games, teams that we're going to match up this year, West Plains and Marshfield.
And you said that Parkview had a couple of touchdowns called back that probably would have changed their.
There's a couple offensive plays that they got flags that called back touchdowns, would have changed that outcome of that West Plains game. And you know, West Plains has been tough for us in the past and actually knocked us out in district championships last year.
All right, so Knowles back to kick it again.
On, it's another short chopper. Goes to the far hash and to the bottom.
So Parkview will take over just past the 25, not quite to the 26.
Yeah, and that was
So, Kevin, with your inside info, with Caden being a senior, do you know why we've been squib kicking it?
You know, we don't always do that. We've actually kicked quite a few of them deep, but I think it's just a little bit different. There's one thing. I've watched every play. I've watched every game that we played this year, and I've watched a lot of their practice, and there's one thing that I know for sure. You can never tell what Coach Wells is going to do. Incredible play calling, and here's our defense. Brand new set of linebackers, as you can see, all seniors. To the outside. That's Caden Hall, 44, pushing him
5 yards on the play.
Watching Parkview the last 2 games, my son and I both sat at home this last couple of days. My wife says we got football fever. You know what that's like.
Right.
We've actually watched Parkview game twice. Now, one thing for sure, they'll throw it and run it. They're a split team. They've got some true athletes here on the field.
Jack Cole
there we go.
Misses it, but cleaned up there by
Number
one.
44.
Caden Hall.
Whose kid is that? You know, that's what's really neat to watch here. These boys never got to play in the past. You know, most of these kids, they played together for there's 6 of them that have played every year for 12 years straight.
Yep.
And they're on the field this year. You got Jack Cole in the number 2, Caden Hall in the number 44. I believe you've got Bass out there, number 25. These boys only a few minutes in defense on the field, and they have really put some hurting on some teams here this year. Jack Cole makes his way through there. Going to get pulled down by Cash Clark. Now, Cash, I believe, he is set number 1 in the district for tackles.
that wouldn't surprise me. Last week, if John and I missed a play, we could just say Cash Clark, and we were
Clark.
right. He was everywhere.
Hey, when in doubt, put some cash in there, and it's going to change everything. Now, one thing that is for sure, the last few weeks we've had an advantage on the line. We've got some big boys. They're about 290 plus on the average. Vance Nally to the outside. You can see him getting double teamed there off the line. Look at there. Cash Clark.
Cash on the tackle. We're going to pick up about 11 or 12 on the play, giving Parkview a first down.
To number 7, JoJo Dickerson.
Like I said, this team has averaged about 9 points per game. But a couple play calls, or excuse me, a couple flag penalties would change that to around the 22 to 24 points per game. You see the passing here.
Incomplete there for Parkview, thrown a little bit wide. Goes out of bounds.
White putting pressure on him the whole way. So now they're prepping. These boys have been watching a lot of tape, a lot of video. He said, Dad, they've got a lot of different lineups, and the boys claim they know them all. We'll see here in just a little bit about halftime whether or not those boys are talking the truth or not.
So handoff up the middle.
Yeah.
Met
Split
there by
tackle.
Caden Hall and
Vance Nally
Vance
on the
Nally
backside.
on the bottom.
It's a Bass in there. That's kind of a conglomerative of Wildcats.
Yep.
The middle linebackers are really looking forward to this game because these guys do like to run it right up the gut.
Yeah, and I was mistaken there. That was Carson Stennett, I believe, and not Vance Nally. So I don't want to cut Carson short. Third and about 5.
Flips it to the outside.
Boy, from our angle, he might get spotted for that first down. He is.
I believe he did. He's going to be right on it. Depends on which one of your
Pass complete to number
refs
7.
you see. Yep, they're going to move the chains.
Yep, they are moving the chains.
That is a Parkview Vikings.
This is consistently what they've done the last couple of weeks. They've just 8-10 yards at a play, nothing big, nothing. They had a couple big pass plays last week. They worked out pretty good. That's how they actually scored their touchdown. I believe that was Gage Hale.
Yeah, tripped up by Gage Hale. Pickup of about 5 on the play.
Pretty good size offensive line against us.
We were commenting when they came out. They have Parkview has some big boys.
Yes, they do. Well, we had him started in the backfield. He bumps off a few of them, but Jack Cole pushes him out the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, Carl Westerly kind of kept him going backwards a little bit before Jack Cole could get him out. Slowed him up, stood him up.
Just over 9 minutes left.
Ben Bisher checking in for Braden Bass on this end closest to us.
That's one of the seniors that's real exciting to see come in. We watched him in basketball the last 2 years. He didn't want to play football this year. The boys really leaned on him. That new coach kind of made a few phone calls and got him to come back out and try. And Ben Bisher, I'm excited to see him tonight at tight end.
I was surprised he didn't come back last year just because when you look at him, you say football.
You say football. But he's fast. He's an athlete. Weighing, 230 pounds and playing tight end position. Defensive end. Pound for pound, there's probably not a club in Ozark Mountain that can run with us as far as size.
So Parkview 1st and 10 from the 28 as they're just slowly chipping away downfield.
Oh, and there's another big pass play, but it goes over the head of the intended receiver.
That's what we like.
Pass intended for number 10.
I believe that was White. Was that White or Cash Clark? That was White on the coverage. honestly, that flip of the coin really is going to be a disadvantage for us because if you're at home, you don't really see it, but that sun is setting on the west side, and those Wildcats are staring at nothing but sun for the next 15, 20 minutes. Right up the line, coming to the back. Oh, and he gets passed off. The ball is loose. Wildcats recover.
And I believe that is Vance Nally or – yeah, that is Vance Nally who recovered that.
Yeah. Coach tells those linebackers to encroach this time, and we come flying through the line and putting some pressure on them, and the ball went wild.
Man, I've tried to explain to Shelley over the years, those you take like Parkview, here they've had the ball for 4 minutes, slowly driving down the field, and then a fumble, a turnover like that, man, is a momentum killer.
It's a deflator, that's for sure. But one thing's for sure with the Wildcats, the last couple games, we've scored in the first 30 seconds of the game. Here comes Rose coming out. I bet he's going to get a lot of carries tonight, number 14.
Oh, Joe, I don't know how many yards he had last Friday night, but it was a bunch.
He is. He's a game changer. He was at Willard last year, came back. He's been a long-time resident of Rogersville, comes back as a junior. Goes from the quarterback position over to the running back, and, man, what a play player he is. That guy, big plays. Single back to his left side, near hash. 14, he's got the ball again, but they're going to get a hold of him in the backfield for a loss of, I believe, 5.
Yep, they're going to bring him down at the 20,
Tackle made for a loss by number 30.
which is going to bring up, Kevin, third and
about 15. I believe right at 15, but, Stephen, this is a position we really haven't been in this year, especially early in the game. We're going to throw it here, you think? We got a whole bag of tricks.
Will. Freeze back to pass.
Oh, and he's got an open Gage Hale. He's gone. He's down to the 20, the 15, to 10, to 5. Touchdown,
just
Wildcats.
that easy. Freeze to Hale, and that might be, well, no, I was starting to say.
Took us a minute and 7 seconds.
We scored in, I think, 27 seconds last week. Took us a little longer tonight.
We're slowing down. It was a 6-day recovery this week. We played 6 days ago. That extra day took an extra 30, 40 seconds for us to score off of our first possession of the game. And that's Sam. Freeze has got an arm on him. He can reach out there, and he's got 2 of the best receivers in the state right now between Gage Hale and Sky Vaughn.
Extra point is good. We got a 7-0 ball game, Kevin.
Brings your score to the Wildcats 7, Vikings
0. Coming into this game tonight, it's tough to say because we played some good teams. Last week, Ava, and that's a team that could easily win 7, 8, 9 games this year. That team could win 7, 8, 9 games this year. So it's hard to judge whether or not they're really that solid, but I'm going to say they're a very consistent team this year, but they're in Class 3. We're a Class 4 team, but tonight we match up. Those guys last week were saying, hey, we're playing a Class 4 team, we're Class 3.
Yeah.
We could say the same thing this week because we're Class 4, Parkview's Class 5.
Right, and I was talking to Tom Sutherland after the game last week, and he mentioned just what you did, Kevin. He said that Ava team we just played is good.
They're a good team. Good.
He said they'll get 8 wins this season. You watch.
I would bet money. I'd bet cash on it. Maybe not our cash, but yours.
Oh yeah.
Good start to the game. 6 minutes, 53 seconds left to go. First quarter.
Nate Knowles, another squibber down, picked up at the 20. Parkview out to the 30, and they're going to be brought down at about the 32.
Kick is returned by number 4, Oliver Jenneret.
By a bunch.
I'm going to call that a pack of Wildcats. Parkview's coming back out here.
Now, Kevin, that was pretty, you said you would bet my money on it, but now you've been known to maybe not bet money, but I know you've dangled a carrot out there in front of Stuart McDonald in the past. So.
You know what? If that boy would have ever put that football on a kickoff through the uprights, it was a $100 cost. Looky here. Chasing him down. I believe that was Jack Cole, number 2.
Carried by number 1,
I'm going to pick up 3 on the play for Parkview, bringing up 2nd and 7.
34-yard line. Actually, just short of the 35. I believe the two inside linebackers, Jack Cole, Caden Hall, number 40, both in on that tackle. Good little
For a
squeeze
split
play.
second, I thought one of them was going to grab that ball.
That's one thing I noticed last week with the coaching we've been doing. You'll see these boys, when they do get a group of them on them, they're swatting at the ball. And in the past, we didn't see a lot of that. We just saw, dragging and trying to tackle. But we've got 4 linebackers out there, 2 of them over 200 pounds. These boys are stout. They got faith in each other.
So 3rd and 1.
Single back, goes to the outside. He's lined up right there by number 8.
Breaks one tackle, then brought down by Cash Clark.
Yes, he does. Gets a helmet off and all.
Catch made by number 10, Isaiah.
So number 10, Isaiah there, he's got to come off of the field for one play since his helmet came off.
Yeah, they're going to move the chains, and this team comes right back out trying. Your corners, that's going to be Gage Hill.
Run up the middle, and they're going to pick up about 6 on the play, maybe close to 7.
Looks like he picked up about 6 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Sun is starting to set, Stephen. I think that's going to be an advantage to our boys.
Well, you know good and well that why Parkview put their back to the sun to start that first quarter.
They definitely knew what they're doing. We're going deep, but we got ourselves a man in the backfield.
We are
intercepted. He's coming back. Now, he did this a few weeks ago, and we made a lot of yards back. There's a flag on the field. I believe we had somebody get hit in the back there. Yes, there was a block in the back.
We've got the advantage of coaching staff somewhat nearby.
Lots of knowledge in that room right next to us for sure.
Kevin and I can scratch our head and say it's in the vicinity of a block in the back, and we get to hear the coaches next to us say it
was definitely a block on the back.
So that's going to back it up.
And end up on the 16-yard line.
So the chains were not set right. Going to get them down there where they belong.
You can hear the Wildcat coaches telling them, get the chains right. The chains are not correct. They were ready to snap the ball. We get the whistle. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left. Wildcats in their second possession. We get it handed off.
Cash Clark.
He's
going to bring her up
going to be about 12 yards.
Yep, I was going to say they're going to spot him at about the 27-yard line.
Well, just by looking, we got a single back, but we got Skyvon on this side, the near hash. On the far side, it's Gage Hill, number 3. Look at there.
Joe
Roche. As they would like to call him, Roche.
Roche out to the 35 to pick up 8 on the play.
Anytime that boy makes over 15 yards, it's the fancy Roche. It's Roche. Roche is anything 15 yards or less, we're going to call him Roche. Twin receivers on our side. I formation. Going back to Joe Roche. No, excuse me, that's Cash Clark.
He's going to pick up a first down plus about 3. We're going to mark him down about the 41-yard line for the Cats.
He's got a ship full of Vikings throwing swords at him there and taking him down hard.
I don't know when Alicia started filming, but Kevin, you and I were over at the side there watching the band come marching in, and they've got some moves. So
they do.
Freeze back to pass. He got pressure.
We're going
from
deep,
the other
and he's
side,
wide open. He gets Did it bounce? I believe they're going to call it complete.
Yeah, incomplete.
Incomplete on this far side.
And I thought
Actually,
it bounced, but the back ref, I don't think he was in a good spot to see it.
Yeah, I don't see where his coverage went, but he was wide open in the backfield just down there in the flat.
And I'll tell you, that ball was short only because Sam was getting some heavy pressure from that top side there. Our scoreboard keeper back in from Fighting Wasp.
I hope she won. I hope she won. Shelly Ray is protecting our players out here.
Referee asking him to reset the play clock.
Motion across. Oh, and it's a fake, and we got one wide open. Cash Clark is going down. He's at the 15-10, the 5. Touchdown, Wildcats. I mean, when they don't know what they're going to expect, it's a pass, it's a run, and that is really hard to cover. And you've got two really good wide receivers over here. They're watching them, picking them out deep. He comes right through the center.
If I can have your attention, there is a Ford Escape, gray in color.
That's not us.
If you got a Ford Escape and it's gray at home, you better move it. It's gonna get dragged away.
Alicia, did you drive the Ford Escape tonight? You didn't? The Beamer?
Going for the extra point. Nate Knowles kicks up high. Yeah, that's solid. He's really kicked well this year. You know, it is interesting. The first comment you made of the game is, why are we doing these little dribble kicks to the right
Well, I've got
side?
an opinion.
What is that?
I think it's because it doesn't give them a chance to run it back. You know, I mean, we saw it last week. We've seen it tonight. They've picked the ball up on the 20 and the 22 or the 25. I mean, they're just getting no field position off of those.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually had a meeting with some of the dads this morning. We were talking at the old come and go, now the Maverick.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they said is, hey, the biggest issue we got with this team is our defense is going to get tired because our offense comes out, we score in 30 to a minute, and our defense is on the field all game long.
John and I mentioned that last week. You know, we were kind of trying to decide, and I mean, it is a little concerning, but the flip side of that is a lot of these boys he's using on both sides of the ball, they're going to play one side or the other, and it doesn't matter.
You're exactly right. You know, these guys that are coming through, they're getting big hits. Our line a lot of the time is switching out. Our linebackers, none of them are playing offense. You got your corners that'll rotate and sub in and out, but you know, we've done a great job with getting some big boys on the team this year, and we've got a lot of 290, 300 weights that are going in and out, some on offense, some on defense, and they're just going to beat on you all game long. A little longer kick this time. Same spot. Pretty good return there, about 20 yards.
Very nice return by number 27, Xavier.
Brought down by Philip Gann, number 32 for the Cats.
I believe Philip is sophomore. Is he a sophomore?
Let's look at that. Let's look at that list. He is.
Gann's have been big fans of the football team for years. We see Miss Gann at a lot of the games.
Parkview handing off up the middle, and
I believe two of our linemen, 55, and
he got the old bear paw from
Vance Snally and number 78 and number 55.
Jesse Robert's on that.
Jesse Robert last week, I believe, had 6-7 tackles himself.
We mentioned his name quite a bit last week.
He's definitely a force. Now, a lot of these tackles last week were coming later in the game because those guys were getting so tired on the line. And Ava, they ran the ball all night. We're going back.
Met initially by Young White. Lucas White met him initially, and then I didn't pick up who went ahead and pushed him out of bounds.
That was Jack Colt coming there on the number 2. That number 6 probably wishing he could have had that speed bump play back there, but he did slow him down. Got run over just a little bit. Jack Colt come in and finishing it off. Parkview doing a good job making it down the field. Single back formation. Actually, no, that was a fullback.
So handoff again up the middle on first down. Vikings are going to pick up 2 on the play, taking it to the 40-yard line.
That was the number 25 of Braden Bass, and I believe the number 62 of Phillips. Another pass play. Gann in there quick, takes him down to the outside line.
Man, that Viking, he should be glad that Broden Cantrell missed him because he was getting ready to get throttled.
Yes, he was.
Going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Minute and 25 left in quarter 1. 14-0. Lots of pressure there.
And I thought we might be making a play on the ball there.
Carl Westerling right there in front of him. Broden Cantrell behind him.
But incomplete pass, that's going to bring up 4th and about 6 for the Vikings from the 39-yard line.
They've got a minute 17 to score. Oh, he's out of bounds. Came in for the interception. That's Cash Clark, but I believe he was a step out.
Yeah, heavy pressure, but
turn the ball over. We got a minute 11.
Think we can do it?
You know, statistics say we do it every time, but once. That was the first possession of the game with a minute 27. What do you think we do here, Stephen? I'm going to say we're probably going to try to run that minute 11 out, maybe run the ball right up the center.
Right up the middle, yeah.
Actually, we are 5 wide.
Yeah, I was going to say we got 3 up top.
We're going to throw it. Here we go.
Joe Roche
picks up about 3 yards.
Tackle made by number 4, Oliver Jarrett.
Interesting play call right there. That was not what I expected.
No, our informant led us astray.
Single back. Joe Roche to the left side. Sam Free steps back. He's going to let it go to Joe. Ooh, but Joe takes it in the back. Flag is on the play. I believe that was a late hit.
Roughing the passer.
You know, that's one thing. Sam Freeze really impressed me last week. He took some hard hits.
I was impressed with some of his poise, I guess would be one of the words I'd be looking for, and not I was going to say not rushing the ball, but not forcing the ball. That's the word I was looking for. You know, there was a play or two that there wasn't an open man, and he threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, he did. He had some very good calls. I mean, he's playing with some wisdom. He is a senior. 34 seconds left. High formation. I believe that's Carl Westering to the far side. Yes, number 15. Second and 5 here, Stephen. Clock is winding down. 7 seconds.
Coach Wells waving him off, saying, let's call it a quarter.
Let's flip sides and go at it again.
That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Your score right now.
So we're going to be roughly, I believe, at the 37-yard line. Second down.
Heading east now.
Heading east away from the sun, but the sun's gone. So it worked perfectly in Parkview's favor.
Yep.
I'm pretty
Say
sure we would have called the same way if we would have got the flip.
So, Kevin, I think usually we have a first timeout sponsor, or maybe just a timeout sponsor, and I thought maybe you could help us with that one.
Well, I'm going to say Bernie Built.
No,
we want to say thank you to Bernie Built. If you want it built right, go to Bernie Built.
Yep. Rick Bernie, great Wildcat sponsor, great guy in the community, and he also does some building.
He does. That's his backup behind being a great guy.
Construction needs.
I'm going to flip it around here. We've got a single back. I believe that's Joe Roche out there next to Sam Freeze.
Trying to get the chains organized. And then also, isn't there a 6H Ranch? Did I say that right?
I got talked into it this year. 6H Ranch out of Rogersville is the touchdown sponsor.
That's it. And we missed that. I was said timeout, but yeah, it's the first touchdown sponsor. So we appreciate you guys sponsoring that.
You bet. We're big fans of Rogersville football. 3 backs to the right side. Joe Roche still making some ground. I believe he's going to get about 3, maybe 4.
Bring up 3rd and 2 for the Cats.
About 2.5 yards to go.
They'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Vikings.
You know, we didn't talk much about it yet, but it is Parkview's homecoming. They've got a great crowd here tonight.
They've got a beautiful field.
They do. It is a really pretty field. Look at there, Joe Roche getting that first down. Oh, and the ball might have come loose. Did they call him down before?
They are moving the chains, so the ball stays with the Wildcats.
First down. I did believe he was down. He had a
Freeze back to pass.
He's got
intended receiver of Sky Vaughn. Pass was a little bit short.
Well, he was getting some pretty good pressure.
I was going to say, I don't know what happened, if anything did. I can tell you one thing, when it's as hot as it is tonight, it could be as simple as a sweaty ball.
It could be. Single back, Joe Roche to his left.
Sky Vaughn again.
We get another pass play, but he's going to get caught in the backfield.
We're going to give him forward momentum. Still going to be a loss of 2 to 3 on the play. Their chain guy over there is not as good as Ryan White.
The stick man, I would like to call him, not the chain guys, but the stick man. He's just walking back and forth looking for popcorn.
Yeah, he is. He's got the nervous paces over there. So 3rd and about 13 for the Cats.
3 receivers to the right side, and we are definitely going to pass it. And we're going deep, but look at that. Sky Vaughn had somebody climbed on his back, but no flag.
Intended for Westerly, right?
4th and 13. This is a position we've not really been in this year. 4th and 13, what will we do? We try to go for it? I mean, we're in pretty good field position if we turn the ball over. Gage Hill to the near side. To the far side. That's Sky Vaughn. One of our backs slides over. Carl Westring to the inside as well. Oh, and he's going to go deep to Sky Vaughn, and he is going to, ooh.
No flag on the play.
Something we haven't seen much this year, turning that ball over, but at least they did it aggressively.
Pass is incomplete, broken up by Donald Taylor, and the Vikings will take over.
I don't remember what school it was or coach, but I remember hearing Cameron years ago talking about a coach that it was a high school, but they never punted the ball. They always went for it on fourth down no matter where they were at. And he said this. Did he last week?
I don't recall.
Now that you say that.
Punts. I believe the two middle linebackers, 44 and 2.
Area of the middle by number 1, Kasai Hiley. Picked up 6. That's going to bring up 2nd and 4.
Wildcats, 9:35. Parkview with possession, 14-0 LR. Oh, and the quarterback trips, but he still gets in an open hole. Brought down by Kel Sharp and Broden Cantrell, number 8. Kel Sharp, number 40. Outside linebacker, holding some containment, but they still move the ball down. First down.
Parkview back to pass. Oh, man. And you got to wonder if Cash Clark got a finger on that.
You know, he threw that thing in there pretty accurately. I believe he might have tipped it. He jumped up. That guy was going to be gone to the races had that not happened.
Yep.
Now, we saw that last week against West Plains. They actually made that pass multiple times for touchdowns. One got called back. Single back. Actually double. He's up under the center. Little early motion.
When Caden Hall had his eyes on the quarterback there, he was coming in hot.
He was. What he did not know is his movement made that offensive line tweak just a little bit.
Yep.
Gives him a 5-yard penalty. Backing it up to the 40-yard line, 9-13. Actually, that might be 9-18.
Got a bulb out.
Got a few bulbs out. They're going to send him again to the outside.
Oh,
Caden Hall, he misses him. Man, he handed that off the last second there. And Jack Cole gets a hold of him. Those boys are putting some pressure on that quarterback.
That's going to bring up third and a good 15, 16 to be exact.
That's what you like to see, those linebackers being aggressive, coming through the hole in that pocket and making that quarterback hand it off quick. And when he does, that other linebacker right on him. Defensive line really working these guys over right now, giving some holes for these linebackers. Helmet.
That was not a good call, Kevin. And I know I said that last week on one. Broden Cantrell on the defensive side of that, and that ball hit him either, Kevin said, in the helmet, if not the shoulder pads.
I'm watching it here on this Bernie Built replay, and it's definitely in the back of the helmet.
Yeah. They are talking about it.
Well, I think what they're saying is, hey, you really think if it hits him in the helmet, it's considered pass interference? And
but they're going to give it to him.
says, yes, it is.
I think that is only going to give them a
15.
3rd and 1.
That is an
We will
automatic Parkview Viking.
No, that's what I say, Coach. They were yeah, there we go.
4th and 1, and I imagine here we're going to turn our linebackers loose again.
The Parkview announcer said that'll be a automatic first down, and
you could hear
Stevie
our coaches
Ray
in the background.
Stevie Ray says, no, that ain't it in high school, and then our coaches
coming unglued. You like to see these guys get after it, Nate. We've got a really nice set of coaches this year with so much knowledge. Look here to the backside.
He's going to get the first down.
He is going to get the first down, but no more.
Now, Kevin, I mentioned last week that one of my coworkers, his kids go to Kickapoo, and he said there a couple of years ago that young Coach Wells was the offensive coordinator, and he said us dads, when they met at the Maverick on game day, he said we were always super impressed with his play calling.
Quarterback back under the center. He rolls out to his right. He is going to pass it again.
Oh, that's picked off.
It's picked off by
Cash
number 16,
Clark,
Cash
and he
Clark.
may go all the way.
I believe he's going to get stopped right there about the 20.
So Cash Clark picks it off.
8 minutes, 13 seconds in this half. We're going to be trying to look for a 21-0 score.
And that's going to be about a 30-yard, not a 30, a 50-yard swing.
You can feel the frustration on the Parkview crowd over here, seeing that we were just putting pressure on them all the way down the field. They kept pressuring that quarterback, kept pressuring him, and he just made that mistake of throwing it in there with one of the best defensive corners there is, and Cash Clark comes out smelling like a rose again.
Mm-hmm.
That was like an old 1980s Stephen Ray play, maybe 1990s.
Now, John says that back with Joe Roche around the side, and he's got some room.
He's
going
to get up to the 3-yard line, I believe. Man, he just really runs with some true, effort.
When you mentioned him being at Willard last year, one of our operations managers at work, his son plays for Willard, and today we run across each other in the cafeteria, and I asked him who Willard had, and he said, man, I read last week, man, old Roche, he really burned up the yards.
He did. And it surprises me right here we didn't do our old tush-push play, but I bet we pull that in here if you see some of these fullbacks come running out. We've got that play the week number 1. 4 times we played our tush-push, and here it comes. This was unstoppable on week number 1. We scored 4 touchdowns on our tush-push. They put the fullback to the right and the left of the quarterback, and you're going to see whatever running back they got in the backfield there come right up behind the fullback, and it is almost unstoppable for 4 or 5 yards. Right there, you see him follow that. He followed the number 44, Caden Hall, fullback, right through the center, and nobody even touches him. You can see him cheering, clapping each other. It's incredible to see our offensive line. Those guys, that big number 74, Grayson Harris opening that hole on his side. You've got Vance Nally. Those guys are just so smash-mouth football to these offensive line.
So Joe Roche on the carry there, right? I had to look because I thought it was a direct snap to him.
It was. That is a direct snap play.
I was about to call it for Sam, and then I said, man, I believe that's Joe.
No, I don't even think when we played that, I didn't look at that one there, but usually when we play that, our quarterback's not even on the field, and they know it's coming. They've seen that. We have not hid that. We did it 4 times in week number 1, and all game long it just score. But, we do not give these offensive linemen credit. You've got that 300-pounder, 6'4" Grayson Harris, number 74. You got Vance Nally, that 78. You got Stennett. These guys up there just beating on people the whole game. The second half of the game is where the Wildcats have really shined the last 2 weeks, and it's hard to go up there and play smash-mouth football that outweighs you, with a guy that outweighs you 50 pounds.
And that line has been something where we've lacked a little in years past, and that's not because of, I say when it's in high school, it's bad luck.
Yes.
You have classes where there's just smaller kids, and you have classes where there's big kids.
Well, and I'm not going to call us a gigantic school. We're a Class 4 school now. We're obviously growing. We built, 1,600 homes in the last 3-4 years in Logan Rogersville. Next to Bernieville. Thank you, Bernie. I should need to ask that guy for a loan if that's the case. But you have got a offensive and defensive line that's over 290 on the average, and that's just unheard of in Southwest Missouri, and it's really going to be a factor in this season. Stephen, we were talking earlier. It's been since 2011 since we went 2-0 in the start of a season,
which was our
state championship year.
The old state championship year. The other thing, Kevin, there was another short kick there, and they bring it out to about the 35. But when you hit that, not that deep row of players, you're getting into those players that aren't your official return man.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But they, that might be part of it. I'd really like to ask Mr. Knowles what their theory is on that, because I think he's got a lot more leg than that. I think he can get down to that 15, 10-yard line, really push them back. But maybe we're looking for some potential turnovers. We're not really worried about where we're setting that ball up for their possession.
When you hold them on defense, it doesn't matter.
And our defense has done good this year. This is game number 3. We've let some teams score some pretty good scores. Only 7-point average against us. But the thing is, we were getting 44 points in our favor, and our boys were just out there. I believe that's Kale. That is number 40. Kale Sharp with the push out. And when you have faith in your defense, you can do a few things like that. Caden Hall get pushed through there again. Man, those boys are really putting some. You see Vance Nally on the right side, number 44, Caden Hall through the left side. They were both right around the quarterback, made him throw that early. First 2 games, they didn't really put those linebackers blowing through the line like that, but apparently coach is seeing something that he likes with putting a little pressure on them early. I believe that's Fisher Dedman checking in on that number 12 here on the inside linebacker. He's going to blow through there. He's going straight to the running back. That's Gage Hale with initial contact. Number 3 comes in there as he gets into the backfield.
Liliano up the middle for a Parkview Viking.
Speaking of the 2011 year, for those of you that was with us back then, I've been in there since 2005 in Rogersville. You're, third generation Rogersville?
I thought you were going to make me say.
No, I'm not going to make you say.
But I don't care.
What really stood out for us that year, that's the last time we were 2-0 into the start of a season, is we had 2 incredible running backs. Look at here. Lined him up. He gets the catch. Number 15.
Spins around and goes nowhere.
Carl Westerling with that quick grab of him, as they did make a few yards there. That's going to put him about 5 yards down. But what impressed you in that 2011 game or year, we had 2 running backs that were just phenomenal. Well, the only thing you can compare us to this year, we have 3.
Yes.
For the first time in so many years, we've got 3 incredible running backs.
Parkview on the pass, receiver has to come back and try to catch the ball. It is incomplete.
Going to be 3rd down. 6 to go, I believe. 6 minutes, 39 seconds in the half. This is the best position we've been in going into to the half if we can hold it off for the next 6 minutes. Oh, we're going to try to call them with 5-yard lines, and we do. Our 2 outside linebackers, number 40 and number 12, Fisher Dedman, Kel Sharp, they take the bait. That was a pretty good call.
John and I talk about that game in Girard, Kansas, back, what would that be, 4 or 5 years ago? It was the COVID year. Went to that game because Catholic was quarantined.
That was our makeup game, just like we hear tonight.
Yeah,
our makeup game.
And those guys were great. We finally got some poise and held still, but they were really good at drawing us offsides in that game.
I'll check that. That is a Parkview Viking.
So that penalty will bring up 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the 36-yard line. Handoff there up the middle, and he's not going to get far.
He was swarmed by a group of Wildcats.
Carried by number 1, Kasai Hiley. Taking 1 on that. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Like we were talking about earlier, you can see them substituting in our linebackers. When's the last time we saw that happen?
Parkview picking up 3 to 4 on the play. We think that's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Rush again by number 1, Kasai Hiley. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Ben Bisher checking in for the Cats.
3rd
Sky
down and
Vaughn
4. 3rd
stepping
down and
out.
4. That's where we want to get them.
I would assume we're in 4-down territory for the Vikings here.
They're looking. Oh, they actually try the bait again, but their own man falls for it. They're on the right tackle.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
You know what this does right here, Stephen? It makes us even. It makes us even. 5 yards back, 5 yards forward, 5 back. Now, hopefully our boys are paying attention as we take a timeout. I believe that's a Vikings timeout. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left in the first half. Score is 21-0 Wildcats.
Once again, this would be a great time to visit the Booster Club or provide concessions. They have a silent auction.
You know, other than a few drop passes, Stephen, that quarterback's got a pretty good arm on him. I would imagine they're going to try to do a little air assault here. We're 3rd down and I believe 9.
Got Coach Bruffett in the huddle there for the Vikings. I better verify that.
You know, he's not just a Vikings coach either, right?
No, he does a little rifle, or I say rifles. It's not the rifles. I'm
the Lunkers.
Yeah, the Lunkers.
He coaches the Lunkers. When a Lunker doesn't work, you get a rifle. So that's kind of how he came about, right?
Say he used to be a rifle, I think, would be.
Got a back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's a quarterback keeper.
Met there by Lucas White. They're going to pick up 8 of the 9 they needed.
Jack Cole is shook. No, that's not. That's Fisher Deadman shook up just a little bit, but I believe he's going to jump back up. And no, he's taking definitely looks like he hurt his arm.
Now, Kevin, that's a long way from his heart. He no, you hope that's nothing, but yeah, he does look like he's holding that shoulder or maybe elbow.
Well, it looked like to me when he reached around there and tackled him, he come down possibly on that left elbow. That's probably what it's going to be. You see him out there trying to move it. He got up.
Alicia, you need to get Ashley. Zoom in on Ashley running out there. I will tell you my opinion, and although it's not worth a lot, the best trainer in Southwest Missouri. I can tell you that I know a young lady that tore her ACL in soccer, and when she was examined by Miss Ashley, she says, "I'm afraid it's your ACL, but I hope I'm wrong." And I said, "Ashley, how many times have you been wrong?" And she said, "Never." So
she related to my wife. I take that back, Annie. I take it back.
And I heard officially last night another Wildcat soccer player, Easton Hampton, down with an ACL and potential meniscus.
Well, Stephen, we said it was his arm, but he's walking like it might be his leg.
He keeps kind of bending at the knees there. But
yeah, he's dipping down. That was Fisher Deadman, sophomore linebacker.
4th and 1 here for the Vikings. They're going to hand it off up the
right
middle.
Up the gut.
And going to be brought down by Gage Hale, but the Vikings will pick up a first down on the play, bringing it down to about the 21-yard line.
I believe this is their best field position of the game so far. Well, other than the fumble we had down here. Jack Coles checked back into the game. Is our far side inside linebacker. Caden Hall to the near side. Carl also out there.
Well, they're going to run it up the middle and get not much. Caden Hall on the tackle for the Cats, so right there in the action. He might have let him get one, and he might not have. He might have gained a half a yard on the play. So 2nd and we'll say 9.
No backs in the backfield. We're 5 wide. What do you want to say? This is going to be a pass play.
Or
Quarterback keeper.
may keep it. Yep,
That's
there he
exactly
goes.
what it is.
Met by
I
Ben
believe
Bisher.
Dedman. No, is that Ben Bisher? And a helmet goes flying.
Helmet on the quarterback goes flying off.
And that was Ben Bisher. Big Ben meets him at the line, says hello.
So he's got to come off for a play.
Ben Bisher also goes off.
What do you think of that rule
Well,
for coming off for a play?
if it appears that they've got some type of a slight head injury at all, that's all they're doing is for precaution. It's just one play.
Bet they run it here.
I'm going to say they need to run it. 3rd down and 7, maybe 6. Sending our linebackers in.
Oh, they're going to pass.
Oh, and it is incomplete.
Broken up by Lucas White.
No,
that back ref got his arm behind him. Like I thought he was trying to reach for his flag.
He wanted a quick draw, but he put it right back in
Yeah.
there and said, let's go to 4th down. 4th and 6. Actually, that might be 4th and 7.
Big play here, folks, before the half.
3 minutes, 25 seconds.
Just enough time for us to score after we stop them here.
A couple times if we need to. One back on the left side, near side.
Timeout, Parkview.
Well, they're obviously going to try to pull us off sides again. They've done it multiple times.
They're going to have to do it more than once with that 4th and 7 staring at them. So,
what are you thinking so far? 3:25 left. We're 21-0. They've had possession of the ball much more than we have. I don't have the exact numbers here.
It is crazy the time of possession, but as we've mentioned a couple of times tonight and we saw last week also, it just doesn't take us long to score sometimes.
It doesn't. When you got those big, powerful running backs like that and a couple big pass plays, it's over real quick. You know, we talked a little bit about it earlier. The thing that the dynamics of this team just seems to be different in 25-26. The boys come home. We fed them 2 weeks ago at the ranch, and we had all the seniors there, and there's 16 of them.
Wow.
Stephen, when's the last time we saw? We had 6 seniors last year, 7 the year before. The difference on a team that can be solid in a year, especially in this Ozark Mountain Conference, which is a big, stout bunch of schools, 16 seniors is a must.
Yeah. Parkview back to pass. He's got an open receiver.
He does, and he catches it, and it's down on the 5-yard line.
Lucas White. They're going to pick up the 1st down, bringing up 1st and goal from the 5 for the Vikings.
That's going to bring up 1st and 5.
You know, we watched the first 2 weeks of Parkview, and they've struggled in this red zone. Got the 2-back setup, fullback. They're going to hand it off to the fullback. He's going to come out wide, and he is going to run over. He runs over Broden Cantrell. It just keeps on striding to the end zone, and the Vikings are 6 on the board. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left in the half. Well, we had that set up condensed in that center. We thought they were going to come up the center, pretty spread out and, tight on that outside, and Vikings took advantage of it.
Vikings back for the extra point attempt.
We've had one blocked field goal. Last week, 0 field goals tried on us with Ava. Oh, we're going to get another one there.
That one. Gage Hale.
He does it again. He did that in the first game, come flying through there and bump the ball. And that's going to hold them down to 6. Now it's 21-6. Wildcats, 2:55. I don't know if that's going to be enough time for us to score.
It is, Kevin. It is.
You know, maybe we haven't taken 255 to score yet, but if we're smart at this point, maybe we'll slow down possession play. But one thing about Coach Wells, you know, not only does he like to put 35 players on the field each night, he wants to play fast. They're a 12-second team. You know, they say from the time they snap it to the time that they run up to the ball, there's less than 12 seconds. No huddle offense a lot of times.
On September 26th. Ask a cheerleader or visit at PHS Cheers, Cheer SPS on Instagram for more details. PHS SPS.
You know, some of the interesting stuff that we've done so far this year, Reed Springs, Stephen, 295 yards rushing. 295 yards rushing in game number 1 with Reed Springs. The second game there against Ava, 326. Ball skips across the 32-yard line, taken down, I believe, by Gage Hale. Good field position for the Wildcats here. As we'll take it on our own 32. Big offensive line comes out. They've been wanting to play. They've been off the field for a while.
Yeah.
Look at here. It's going to be Joe Roche to the outside. And he's going to get taken down at about the 2-yard gain. 2:49 left. Clock still rolling. You know, one of the things interesting about last week, Ava really played some good football. It's a team that's going to stand good for this year in that Class 3, but a lot of trickery out there. We haven't seen that in any other game this year.
I'll say they're going to get us on that one for
illegal procedure. I believe we had several men moving.
moving a little. Somebody moved early.
I don't know if he moved early or if he never quit moving before we called for the ball.
Or did we call a timeout? I believe we called a timeout there, Kevin. As Alicia said, we didn't see a flag. Still showing 2nd and 7.
The Booster Club has a silent auction for a Kansas City Chiefs cornhole set.
Well, we're at the 35-yard long far hash.
And they do have some cool stickers for sale over there. So
single back, Joe Roche, 3 on this inside. The near side.
Say Gage Hale, Sky Vaughn, and Cash Clark.
I believe
down
so.
Low here.
3 deadly weapons, and we are going to throw it. And we're going to throw it, and he's got it.
Hale down at about the 48-yard line for the Cats.
I believe we're going to mark him to 50. You know, with those 3, all they got to do is cross each other, and those guys are going to be hard to compete with because any one of them get away from you. 2 minutes, 13 seconds, or 18 possibly.
And clock stops while they move the chains, so.
It is 2:18, 2:17. It's rolling.
Tackle made by number 3, Donald Taylor.
Single back set. Trips to the far side this time. Joe Roche, and it is a trick play, but he throws it short. No, that's a pretty good play right there. He is a quarterback, and he is left-handed. So he rolls out to the left, looks up. They're all coming to him, and he just throws it short.
Throws it short. Sky Vaughn had no one around him.
He was just too fast.
That's the, you know, you can't blame Joe. He's
I'm used to it, Stephen. I'm used to it. I've been that fast my whole life.
I was going to say, Joe's used to throwing to somebody like me that's kind of slow. He gets Sky Vaughn out there. Little, not draw play.
How about
screen play?
That's going to be
Cash Clark.
That's a first down. I mean, just past it.
Got a flag on the play. I would say holding, but I don't know.
I believe that was a holding call.
Holding on the Wildcats, so that'll be a 10-yard from the spot of the foul. We're spotting that at about the 46, so. They will bring that back to the 44 on the other side of midfield.
We're down at the 49-yard line, our own.
Heavy pressure.
Man, we overthrow the intended receiver, and he is limping. That's Sky Vaughn.
Pass is incomplete. Number 20, Reggie Lavelle on the coverage. That's going to bring up 3rd and 17.
We're down to 3rd and 17. Minute 44 seconds to go.
Timeout Wildcats for sure this time. I saw the signals. So.
Well, they called for those tight ends to exchange. Ben Bisher running off and Nate Knowles coming on, and they decide to go ahead and take a timeout.
You know, I hear them yelling water. I wouldn't mind if they brought me a little shot.
You know, speaking with Parkview, though, that game 1, they were playing Marshfield. Now, that's going to be one of our next upcoming competitions. I think we're 2 weeks out. They're 2-0, same as us, and they held them 7-6.
So they had Parkview and Reeds, correct, on their first 2 weeks?
Well, they had Marshfield and Reed Springs. Oh, yeah.
Marshfield had Parkview and Reeds, yeah. I guess same difference.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, though, is they were neck and neck, 7-6. Now, that was week 1. Here we are, 21-6. Possibility. I'm sure Coach has got a big bag of tricks. And right there, Nate Knowles, he's going to get it first down.
Easy first down.
Yeah,
Great
he's down.
Pass over the middle there by
Gets to the
Sam
30,
Freeze.
almost 36, 33-yard line, maybe 34. Minute. Did the clock roll at all? It's rolling now.
They got the chain set, so it should be rolling.
Minute 29, 27. Linebackers coming through. Oh, and we overthrow him just a little bit.
It looked like from our angle. I like to throw in from our angle because I'm not down on the field. It looked like if old Gage would have nosed towards that pylon, he cut more towards the sideline. If he'd have had that angle a little bit different, I don't know that he ran his route wrong. I'm not saying any of that, but I'm just saying.
Well, it came off of the ends of his fingertips. It wasn't but
it
a
was
few
close.
inches different.
It was close.
Minute 19. Wildcats on their second down. 2nd and 10. Sam rolls back. He's got pressure. Linebacker behind him, linebacker in front of him, and we throw an interception down at the 25-yard line.
Well, the good news is we got a minute 12 left for half. So,
well, he had all kinds of pressure. He had right behind him. He didn't know where that guy was at. The other one coming straight onto him. Sam Freeze reaches out there to throw it, I believe, to that tight end, and there happened to be a man in yellow standing in the way. Not much time for Parkview to make it work here for a minute 12. But I imagine they're going to start throwing the ball right here. Single receiver to the inside. Far side. Twins try. It's triplets, actually. Incomplete pass. Minute 7.
boy, for what I thought they were working on, Kevin, they disappointed me just trying to dump one off there in the flat. But this receiver up top for Parkview, he was going for the end zone, and I thought they're going to try to air that out.
All the plays that we've watched them play the last few weeks, I haven't seen anything over 20 or 30 yards. We're going to back it up. He's going to go for another pass. Oh, it's going to be Cash Clark gets his hands on it, bobbles it up. Gage Hale right behind him.
Gets his – if he didn't get his fingers on it, he was close to it. Almost picked off.
They were both hustling hard. I could hear the coaches over there saying, scoot him back in the backfield, and nailed him to the exact spot that they threw that ball.
So we've got 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. I believe about a minute left on the clock. Vikings got to be careful not to give the ball back to the
Cats. They do. Linebackers blow through the line. They were coming for him, and they're still going to be 4th and I believe 3. See where they lay this ball.
By number 11,
4th and 2.
I would assume. No, they're lining up quick.
They are. Linebackers better get set. They got 5 receivers. Timeout called. Wildcats. Steven, it's going to get real interesting. 40 seconds left. 39.2. 4th down. If we do stop them here, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So
and see, I thought, I mean, I've said to John, I don't know anything, but I would have been tempted to let that clock run down and snap it at about the 1 second mark on the play, not on the play clock, on the.
Just try one Hail Mary.
You got one Hail Mary.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't give the Cats any time left.
But then instead, you got the ball on the 34-yard line. 40 seconds is more than enough for the Wildcats to score. They know that. And now they're in a position where if they back up and they don't make this play work, they're going to be in trouble.
That's pretty gutsy call to go for it on 4th and 2.
And I'm not sure they're going to go for it. I imagine they're going to try to get us to jump off here.
From the 34. He snapped it, and
they are not going to get it. We held them. We're going to get the ball, and Wildcats are going to go the other way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that is
some tough play calling right there. I'm not sure I agree with that for the Parkview side. I feel for them for that. But
34 seconds, which
yeah, that's honestly one play for us, maybe 2.
That's about 8 more seconds than we need.
On average. Here we are. We got one back. Joe Roche. Hold on. We got another player coming out. That's Big Ben. Trips on the far side. I imagine they might put it into that tight end. No, we're going to pass it, and we're going to throw it in, and he has got him on the right side, and it is touchdown Wildcats.
Just like that.
Just like that, we're going to go to 27-6.
We did not even need.
We didn't. Now, that's where it just comes down to great coaching. You would not imagine seeing our coach do that this year. We've got all the faith in the world with him, but theirs makes that call to go ahead and try for it, and we got it one play.
So I know the answer just because I've heard, but, you're living with a player. How do the boys like Coach Wells?
They're absolutely in love with him. I mean, they come home, they're happy, they're excited. The whole dynamics of the team have – oh, look here. It was a –
Gage Hale.
He bobbled it. He's going to run it through. It's going to be good for 2, I believe. No.
Oh.
He got it to the inside of the pylon, but they're going to call him out just a few inches short.
We need to go to the pylon camera on that. Alicia, can you switch us to that one?
Let's go to the Bernie Built replay.
You're getting that confused with the Bernie Bag of Tricks.
The Bernie Bag of Tricks. I don't think that was a bag of tricks. I think that was just a missed snap right there that I saw it fall down, and he tried to pick it back up. And great ball call right there for him to just jump up and roll with it. That's going to bring us 28.1 seconds. What did it take us, 6 seconds to score on that?
6 seconds on score on that one. And that's what I was trying to say when they were going for it on 4th and 2. If they don't get that,
they're in trouble.
That's
No, I hate to say it, Stephen, but in the past I would have been worried for kind of calls like that for us. But one thing that Joe Wells did great that we haven't seen in the past is he brought in 4 retired varsity coaches, and he says, "Hey, you guys are bored. Come with us. Let's make a winning season." He's been at Cassville. He's been at Harrison. He's made some of the best ball clubs in the country, especially right here in the heart of the Midwest. And he says Logan Rogersville's got the talent. I mean, we made it to state in 5 sports in the last 2 years. Wildcat football needs to be at that level as well. And, he puts 35 kids on the field. That's something we haven't seen.
Right.
I mean, we just haven't seen it. You spread that out. The boys are fresh. 2 years ago, I know you were there. We watched us go head-to-head with Lamar. But the second half of the game, we were so tired we couldn't run with those guys. And look at there. It gets
Boys, that
past
ball
their
is
secondary.
live.
It's live, and they're going to be down on I believe, the 6-yard line.
And you would think they will take a knee and send this thing to the half.
Well, if not, if we get four quick plays, we might have time to score again.
Are we out of timeouts, Kevin?
We have.
Okay,
I believe
have
that
left.
scoreboard says a point instead of one. We should have one.
Then they may not. Well, if they could take 2 knees and.
Well, if they were smart, we'll let them take the knee right here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, there is no way.
No, they're going to run it. Well.
Yep, they knee it.
They take a knee. Good call.
We will go to half.
It's Wildcats 27, Vikings 6.
And the Wildcats will be receiving the ball in the first half.
Pretty good first half here.
Second half. I said first half. I meant second half. When we come back,
it's the first half of the second half. They all understood what you're saying. But, the great thing about it here is we've showed great ball control. We had one section there where we got a little nervous and they got down there in the deep in the red zone. They did get that pass play off to make the touchdown, but the Wildcats looking phenomenal here in the first half, playing this 5A team.
Sharp, real sharp. So we will leave you guys at halftime here while Kevin and I take a break and go outside and get some cooler, fresh air because we are in a sauna. So join us back here in roughly 20 minutes, and we'll kick off the second half.
I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's halftime entertainment provided by your Parkview Viking Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Curtis Tipton and Mr. Corey Lyle. Student teacher, Mr. Anthony Davidson. Percussion instructors, Aaron Hill, Keone Cunningham, and Thomas Williams. Color guard instructors, Jordan Mosley, Landon Barlow, and Caitlin Appel. Additional staff include Jacob Beatty, Bethany Kuhn, Gage Shivers, Kathy Kunis, and Gina Buxton. Your drum majors are Leslie Alvarado, Taylor Christopher, and Emily Hinkle. The band is excited to present this year's marching show entitled The Rise of the Phoenix. Tonight, the band will perform Part 1, Life, featuring music from Mozart and Fall Out Boy. Part 2, Death, featuring music from the Beatles. And the Parkview Viking Fight Song. Drum majors, is your band ready? Here is your Parkview Viking Band. Folks, let's hear it one more time for your Parkview Viking Marching Band.
So here we are back, getting ready to kick off some second half action. Got about 45 seconds left.
5 players. We're 2 and 3 deeps on every position. We do a lot of rotating, and that's made a difference on our second half impact on all these other teams. They come out, they're a little winded. A lot of them are playing the same 13, 14 kids on both sides of the ball, and you're not seeing that with us. I mean, you're going to see a lot of rotation. You're going to see a whole lot of fresh legs out there on the game. Now, I am being told that one of our offensive linemen, I believe our right tackle, the big Grayson Harris, is not going to be playing the second half. They said I don't know if he got overheated or what, but they said he was relieving out on the field and projectile. He is taking the pads off, so we'll have to see how that tackle position, who fills in for that, and hopefully they'll be good and strong, just like Grayson Harris, number 74. Good and strong, just like Grayson Harris, number 74.
I believe that was received by Cass Clark.
They push him all the way to the far side, and he comes out, and he is moving along, going to get to the 50-yard line, 49. Wow.
And
Wow.
And he moving like he had 2 older sisters that kept him on his toes.
You act like you know something about that one, the Ray House. I'll tell you what, he was going over there about the 35-yard line. Looked like he was going to go out of bounds and cuts right back and leaves every one of those Viking defenders standing there scratching their head. Well, we're in the I formation. Looks like Roche in the backfield. He is going to get the ball.
They're going to stand him up the line and actually going to lose 1 yard on the play.
It looked like they went into their little dugout in the back there and said, hey, here's what we need to change in this half. And that first play, they did it. Tight end number 11, Nate Knowles, coming across. Look at this formation here. We got something different fixing to happen. Oh, and we're going to get – that's going to be about a loss of maybe 10.
Yeah.
Quarterback is sacked by
the way that Roche went out there to block, and as he was pushing the defender and Sam was rolling, it kind of worked out where he pushed him into Sam. But anyway, big loss on the play, so that's going to bring up third and about 21, 22.
I'm not sure what that offensive play call was right there, but I'm pretty sure that was not the outcome we expected from it.
That wasn't our hopes and dreams, so
3 receivers, 2 on the far side, 1 on this near side. We're going to go deep to Gage Hale, and he is there. He catches it. We're down to the 10, the 5, touchdown Wildcats.
Just that easy.
You know what? It didn't take but a minute 31 to pull that off, and we had about, 15 yards for loss and still make it up with 1 big pass play and those dynamic duo of Gage Hale on the far side with Sam Freeze putting it in the air. Look out, Vikings.
So Wildcats back for the extra point. Won't go for 2 on this.
33-6, waiting for the extra point, PAT, and he is going to call for it again. Knowles hits it solid. That kid has kicked those things all year long and looking good in game number 3. Well, Stephen, we scratch our heads with a couple, I guess you call them funky play calls there on the offense, trying something new. Doesn't work, so we just go back to the old reliable and put Gage Hale right down the center. 34-6, 10 minutes, 29 seconds left in the third quarter. You know what's fun right here, Stephen, is we're looking down and you and I, we've been Wildcat dads for several years. I've been here for the last 7, boys playing on the team for the last 7 years. You took last year off, but you were 4 years prior to that. A couple years before that as well. But we're looking on the Parkview sideline, and we're seeing coaches we recognize.
Yes.
Well, Coach Darnell out there on the line, he's getting excited. I would not guess what his age is, but he's got to be pushing upper 70s.
I believe he told it on one of the Ozone stories, and I couldn't tell you what it was. But, one thing Coach Talbert said, that man has forgot more football than the rest of the coaching staff knows. Of course, that was That was then and this is now, but Coach Darnell, longtime coach, and they touch that ball, they fall on it there at the 39. Parkview will take over.
Well, I don't know if you saw what just happened, but he put that on the line, ran back, and then immediately run, trying to catch those guys off, not ready for the ball to come at him, but they get it shut down quick, and they get the ball on their own 39-yard line.
But Coach Darnell, it was something like 40 or 50 years that he wanted to coach before he retired, but he does have a wealth of knowledge on the game of football.
I believe you're right.
And a touch of old school.
I believe he's coached longer than you and I have been alive.
Or at least you.
At least me.
Jack Cole swinging him out of bounds by the jersey. Knocking him out about the 41-yard line. That will bring up second and about 8 for the Vikings.
Well, the big man, number 78, is out there on the defense. Vance Nally. I see Big Ben here on the right side, defensive end. Looks like Braden Bass on the left side. Linebackers, set of seniors. That's Jack Cole, Caden Hall on the inside. And we're going for it right here. And they get another good pass.
Yeah, he threaded that ball right where it needed to be to not get a hand on it. Cash Clark there.
That was a nice pass he was getting a lot of pressure right there. The inside linebackers blew through the line and were about a foot from him when they let it go.
Yeah, Cash Clark on the backside, Gann on the front side there, bringing him down. Parkview picking up that first down on the play.
Carl Westling on the left side.
Quarterback keeper. Boy, he's going to gain about 10 and a half on the play to pick up a first down. They will be moving the chains. Got a little sloppy on the tackling there.
We did. We seen him get hit pretty quick there, Jack Cole, and he kind of shuffled him quick right to the backside and left him standing. Well, we don't want to set back on our heels here, Stephen. We're going to need to play some smash mouth defense, and we got our senior linebackers out there ready for that. Ooh, somebody got him by the toes. I believe that was Jack Cole that time.
Going to bring up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Vikings.
Oh, we've got a little shift here in the backside. They've got themselves lined out now. Another good little pass, and that's going to be, I believe, good for a first down. I mean, they are right on it.
Pass complete to number 20, Richie Lavelle.
Well, they
are. No, it's third down and about short of maybe
inches.
6 inches.
Almost. Yep, they're going to go ahead and call it first down. I was going to be surprised if they didn't at least measure it. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings from about the 22.
Quarterback has stepped back in the shotgun.
Oh, Jack Cole going to pick up a face mask there.
Yeah, there were flags flying everywhere. Waiting to see what the officials are calling here. We're hearing
our coaches say holding.
Holding. It is a holding call against the Vikings.
Surprised they didn't
call that face mask.
Get that face mask. Jack turned that guy's head around. So.
Flags are down. Looks like that's a holding penalty on the Vikings.
Good for us. So that's going to bring up 1st and 17. 1st and 17 for the Vikings.
Runs to the outside. He's pushed out by number 3, Gage Hale, and 15, Carl Westerling. That's going to be good for about maybe 5 yards. Looks like they mark it off about 4 yards. So we'll have 6 and 2. Second down, 6 to go. Shotgun formation, 5 wide receivers. He's out of bounds quick. Down at about the 13-yard line.
They're setting us up, Kevin.
You know, this so far, this is their best set of offensive downs that we've seen in the game.
You sure have to wonder if they're not throwing out here in the flat so that they can dump one over the top here in a minute.
Shotgun formation. You got 1 back, 4 wide receivers. They're going to come right up the gut again, and this time Caden Hall, number 44, comes blowing through, and this time
nowhere. Gets nowhere. So look at that, Kevin. That's going to bring up 4th down and 3.
I shouldn't have promised that boy Chick-fil-A after the game if he gets a few tackles.
Well, at least hit Canes here. It's a little – well, they're both right there close to each other.
Do they got a Thursday night discount? Is that what it is?
Oh, I don't know. I thought a bowl of ice cream would taste good on the way home. In this sauna that we're in.
You know, these boys play some really physical linebackers. The last few weeks I've seen them the next day after the game, and they're just black and blue up and down their arms and shoulders. And they're taking ice baths. And
yeah.
We set up here in these press boxes and in the stands and just think how easy this looks and how much better we could do it sometimes. But, man, they're just taking abuse after abuse. And can't wait to go back after it next Friday night.
So a timeout here for the Wildcats. We'll take a minute to mention a couple of our sponsors here. Rick Burney with Burney Built. Be sure and give Rick a call for any of your construction needs. He does it all.
He does do it all. Actually, I called him last year, had him come out and fix a pole branch. And he came out in just a day or two.
John and Alicia have used him in their family, whatever, but Rick can take care of any of your needs on that construction end. So here we go.
Steven, we got 5 receivers out. He's getting tracked down by
man. Caden Hall heavy on the pressure.
Got him by the heel right as he threw the ball.
And it looked like Cash Clark was leaning right, and if he would have been left, he'd have got an interception on that.
You know, and that's one thing we've heard these coaches really hammer into these boys. This is Coach Regenhauer beside us. Regenhagen, I believe, is how you say it properly, and that's our defensive coach over here. And we can hear him. They're aggressive. These guys are loving. You want to talk about these 6 or 7 coaches we got on this varsity team this year are impeccable, and their football knowledge is better than I think I've ever seen in a high school football level. But that's what Coach Wells is known for putting together.
So Wildcats take over on downs. Going to hand off to Joe. Joe Roche up the middle.
It is Roche because he gets, I believe, 7. Now that's actually a little short of the 15 yards. That's going to be Joe Roche there.
Yeah. Well, he picked up a first down, so I thought that might be a Roche.
It's got to be 17 yards or longer.
Okay.
I explained it to his dad how we're going to do this.
All righty. So Joe Roche on the carry there for the Cats.
I believe he's got the ball in his hands again. He breaks. He just wiggles past, and that guy's effort after the tackle is just incredible.
He is pick up very close to a first down.
I believe it is a first down.
They're going to move the chains. Wildcats, I wouldn't say in a hurry-up offense, but they aren't wasting any time. Once again,
it's not going to work this time unless he just keeps moving his feet. But
Roche is about 1 on 5, and he's still going to pick up about a yard on the play.
It had a battleship full of Vikings all rowing towards that sideline, and they finally got that kid to go out. What a tremendous running back. He has got a great future here at Logan Jr.
We will be looking forward to seeing what he can do next year.
High formation. Oh, we're going to pass it this time as he rolls back. He's got it in the hands. Nope, the ball is bouncing across the turf as it's
intended for Gage Hale. Not sure if that went off the chest or what, but
Looked like from here it might have been
Incomplete.
chest plate. You know, one thing about our offense this year is we're a hurry offense. They're telling us about 12 seconds between each play. And these defenses are just having a hard time keeping up with us.
So Freeze back to pass. A little screen pass intended for Cash Clark. Through the hands.
Man, he had a defender right there behind him, too. We're lucky that didn't get picked up for 6. It looks like we're going to punt the ball. Something new for us here.
So Broden Cantrell back to punt for the Cats.
Decent little kick. Bounces down about the 22-yard line. Well, Stephen, not something we've seen much this year with a punt.
No, that was – I had to look to see who was punting, that because I wasn't sure who it would be.
Well, if you're watching from home, it is Parkview's homecoming.
I didn't even see who won.
5:35.
I'm not even sure they had it.
Well,
announced
it wasn't you or I.
Yeah,
I can tell you
well,
that. Wow, flags are thrown.
Jack Cole, first man out there to make contact, but
I believe
he
every
broke-
one of the linemen, the linebackers get on him.
he broke that tackle. Brought down for about a 7-yard gain, but they are walking this the other way, so call will be against the Vikings.
Rotating our linebackers around. Putting some pressure on him here. He throws it away. Good call by the quarterback as he was getting Wildcats breathing up his neck.
So, Kevin, you mentioned a little earlier about the success the Wildcat sports teams have had in the last, couple of years. Do we give? I've been trying to find the answer. Do we give credit to Mr. Sam Wutke, who came out here as our new AD, or is it Dr. Rocky Valentine? I mean,
that's a great question. We just have so many phenomenal athletes here in Logan Rogersville. Oh, good hit put in there. What's incredible to see, though, Stephen, is a lot of these kids aren't crossovers either. I mean, your basketball kids play basketball, or soccer kids are playing soccer, or football kids are playing football, or volleyball.
Yeah.
They're all playing their own sport. Not a lot of crossover.
Now, I will tell you that I've spoke with Rocky a little bit, and he does take a little bit of credit.
Well, they're obviously all doing a good job, or we wouldn't be in this position.
I believe the number he threw out is since he came here that we've been to 10 Final Fours, which is crazy.
Incredible. I was reading a story here the other day about 3 of our girls have been on 4 Final Four teams in 2 years. They're sophomores. One of them's yours, right?
Taylor has been on, and Sydney Holland has also been. She has her and Taylor are have been on the same. Ooh, I thought Jack Cole was going to pick that off. Tackle there by Cash Clark, going to give the Vikings the first down. Of course, Sydney is a junior this year, where Taylor's a senior. But
you see some more subbing going on. This is one thing we have not seen with Wildcat football for several years. I believe last year we went 4-7. A lot of these teams aren't expecting this out of Logan Rogersville this year. They do know there's been a big shakeup.
Number 1, Kasaya Highway with a good run up the middle.
So the Vikings picking up about 8 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 2.
Nice little run up the gut. Both of our middle linebackers getting their hands on him. You know, this last drive with these guys, they just marched it right down the field, punched it right down our throat. We'll get a pass play coming in here again. Oh, but he's going to get hit hard. Wow. Jack Cole grabbed him by the legs, number 44, Caden Hall, and I believe Braden Bass all come in and just leveled him. You know, that's one thing you get to see here. They're spreading the wealth. We have a whole line of senior linebackers that are just hungry. They should get good this year. We've had them on the field a lot.
I see young Jordan Wells out there on that defensive line. Incomplete there. So I believe that's going to bring up 4th and 3. Is that Kevin?
Well, it's definitely 4th down.
Kevin's throwing his glasses around.
It is 4th and 3. You're correct. I'm throwing everything around.
Again.
I told you get wild in the second half.
Yeah.
We got 3 minutes, 9 seconds. Cats are up 34-6. We got a run.
Quarterback keeper.
Oh, quarterback keeper. Wow.
He picks up the first down.
Oh, and a flag gets thrown in the backfield.
I think they're going to call that on Cash Clark, but I'm going to tell you, unless it was a face mask, I'm not sure what in the world they'd be calling.
Well, I saw Caden underneath him, and Cash Clark comes in there on the top, and I don't know what the flag would be.
Oh.
They're going to wave it off.
Wave it off.
Man, that
They
was
hurt
some
us.
hit. They hurt him, too. I mean, they hit that boy hard.
They hurt us, so Parkview quarterback down after that.
As a quarterback keeper, and that number 44 and 16 just stretched in both directions. Man, I hope he's okay. He's been getting a lot of pressure all night. 3 minutes, 1 second left in the third quarter. We're 34-6 Wildcats.
Applause for number 11, Willie Otto.
Well, they're cheering for him to come off. He will have to come off the field. Injury. These Wildcat linebackers, they'll put the hurting on you in the corners there between Cash Clark. I mean, the kid comes into this game with, I think, 30 tackles. They're going to punish you if you try to run it up the middle. Oh, our team in all white tonight.
I like that all white look.
Yeah, it's just strange to come into somebody else's house on homecoming and be all white.
And I will tell you, my least favorite uniforms are the black.
No,
I
love the all black uniforms. Look at here. We got another hit on them.
They're going to tackle them for no gain on the play, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
I don't know what you got to call that for Wildcats. Is that a gaggle of Wildcats taking the tackle? Somebody home maybe don't know what a pack of Wildcats are. Two minutes, 17 seconds in the third quarter. Uh-oh, we're going for a pass here, and we're going to get a sack in the backfield. That was number 78, Vance Nowley, reaching back there, the big boy. Man, he's got a wingspan, and you are not going to get away from that. That's a D1 commit, and he just showed you why.
That's going to be 3rd and 12.
You know, that kid is incredible. He's got the size and volume of a Stevie Ray. He's got the athleticism of a Simone Biles. I mean, you put that combination together, put him in some pads, you are in trouble.
He's dangerous.
He is dangerous.
Little reverse, little trickery.
Reverse
here.
to the outside.
They've got the numbers.
And it's going to be.
They're,
and they're going to throw a flag on us. Kale Sharp comes in a little late. I imagine the coaches are going to yank him out for that one. Flags were flying.
Big play by number 10, Isaiah Hampton. Wait and see what the penalty is currently.
They called holding on Wildcats. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to pull him out and say, Kel, you can't do that. We also bring in the number 51 of Jordan Wells.
That's a young sophomore, isn't that right, Kevin?
I believe so. He's a 6 foot, 190 offensive and defensive line. So you're going to see a lot of these guys start working in. I mean, that's one thing we saw the last 2 weeks. The third quarter, we were rotating nonstop. Keeping our guys fresh, keeping them healthy. Linebackers coming up through. And, man, bobbles Jack Cole. Man, I'd say something to that kid after that, but his dad's the sheriff. I wouldn't want to get in trouble.
I know what his brother would have done there.
Yeah, his brother
would have been caught and headed the other direction.
Either that or he'd have dislocated his shoulder and we'd be pulling it back in. Some of you that have been around a few years know what we're talking about.
Yeah, old Caleb wearing a double brace.
That's what happens when a kid hits that hard. That's for sure. Well, we've got him held. We're 2nd and 10. And it's a handoff coming to the left side. And that is the number 44 and Jack Cole. Caden Hall and Jack Cole taking the tackle again.
Rush along the side by number 1, Kasai Highland.
Another rotation there. You see that? They're rotating nonstop every play.
And I will say Parkview still has their backup quarterback in.
Number 32 here to the inside corner, and he's going to miss the tackle. That's the 32 of Philip Gann.
Jordan Wells in on that tackle.
Well, they're in the red zone. 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now, this typically is the time of the game when we really start standing on the gas. 34-6. High formation. They call for the ball. That's the backup for Parkview, and he is met in the backfield and runs right by two of our linebackers.
Late flag coming in, and I didn't. Somebody must have said something.
We got a flag on the play, so we're waiting for the carry.
Or I think it's going to be
Somebody's
against
tapping
Parkview.
a helmet. That's White tapping his helmet, calling himself out.
Yeah, they are backing that up.
So they did not give them the flag would be on Parkview.
Penalty is going to be on Parkview.
They didn't tell us what it was, and when the referee signaled it,
They pulled the number 34 out. Got his helmet off, talking to him over here. I'm not sure what happened.
Well, his helmet was the one that went flying on that play.
Well, it's going to give the Wildcats a chance to stand on the gas here for a minute. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. I'm hearing him say that he took his helmet off. Participated without a helmet. The 10 or 15-yard penalty. Three men on the defensive line. Oh,
Quarterback.
looky here. I don't know what that was, but it was like he wanted to hand it off, but then he didn't. Another two pair of flags are coming out. Somebody's talking.
Cash Cart Clark came flying, I'll say, off of the pile, and then the flags started flying.
Well, we got another one without a helmet on.
You know, if you buckle those chin straps, they stay on.
Well, that's the reasoning, but the Velcro
It
here.
must not be cool.
Maybe they're just Velcro.
So we're going to watch now as these refs are huddled together. We'll watch this signal.
I'm not sure if it isn't the exact same call as it was a moment ago. We are down to 6 seconds in the third quarter. Wildcats up 34-6. We're in the red zone at Parkview. They were on the 2-yard line. They're going to back it up again.
I got to look at my signals. He waved out both arms to the side.
That's a 15-yard. I mean, for the second time in a row, the Wildcats are given a breath of fresh air. Marched out to the 17-yard line. Parkview 17 yards away from putting another 6 on the board. Let's go for attempt number 3 here as it is 2. I believe in the goal line. Second down. This time brought down by a pack of linebackers again.
All right, Kevin, that is unsportsmanlike conduct.
Is that what they were saying?
When they take both arms out to their side like they're pretending they're an airplane.
Yeah, looks like officially in the timeout. Actually, end of the quarter. Yeah, looks like officially in the timeout. Actually, end of the quarter. Put it back off in the fourth quarter. They will be on the, I believe, the 16-yard line. This time headed east.
Towards the house.
Towards the house. Let's take it home. Actually, we need to stop them from taking it home.
Yes, I was thinking we were headed east.
We're stopping them from headed home.
We'll scratch that. So as we start the fourth quarter here one more time, or I say one more time, but special thanks to our sponsors, 6H Ranch. Kevin is very familiar with those guys and what they do there, but local Rogersville guys, Citizens Bank of Rogersville.
We appreciate those guys.
Thanking
for sure.
them. I've said it in years past. Lisa Smith, my favorite loan officer over there, she's thinking about retiring later this year.
Man,
so,
I hope not before tonight's over. I'm going to need a loan for these boys' snacks on the way home after what we promised them.
And Mr. Rick Burney of Burney Built, great guy in the community, and a great guy to contact for any building needs you might have. So here we go, start of the fourth quarter.
On the 16-yard line, 1 in the backfield, 4 receivers. Now they're going to try to throw it again. It's incomplete right in the flat in the center. You know, they've had several good pass plays. 2 really good ones are back-to-back, but their flags against them. Just marches it right back down the field. They're going to be, I believe, 4th down and 16.
Ooh. But fourth quarter and down by what they are.
1 in the
they
back.
Got to go for it.
4 receivers. We're still, I believe, Oh, and we got one, and he is going to catch it. I believe
Nope,
that.
that
No.
ball is on the V.
By the look of White, I believe, who was his coverage, getting up and dancing from here. It looked like it was complete. It is ruled incomplete. Wildcats will take the ball over on the 16-yard line. We're going to march it back down the field with 11:50 to go with Wildcats up 34-6. Now, what is the speed clock rule now in high school football?
Isn't it 30? Oh, I want to say it's 30 points. Was it? I know in basketball it's 30.
One behind, one in motion, coming across. Little bobble on the handoff, and they get us in the backfield for a loss of one, I believe. That was Joe Roche.
Lisha had bugs in her hair. I was going to try to get it out, but left on its own.
Be second down on the 16. Wildcats, high formation. 14 to one side. We're trying to draw them off here. Sam Freeze, quarterback, number 9. Calls to drop him off. 14 in the backfield. Right side to him, Cash Clark, number 16. We hand it off to Joe Roche again. He has got a hole. He comes up. It's going to be good for a first down. I believe that's about an 11-yard gain.
So there we go, Kevin. The answer is 35 points on 11-man football.
35. So anything 35 or not 36. I said 36, but anything 35 or bigger, you'll get the speed clock. But right now, so if we score one more time.
And 45 points on 8-man football, just in case you're ever going to
jumps the gun. 2 of their defenders crossed. Going to be false start. Offense.
If you're ever matched up with Art Haynes in a trivia contest, you'll want to remember that one.
Number 16, that's Clayton Phillips. Boy, he's had a good game, too. 6'2", 210. He's a sophomore. Falls for our own trap. You can see some of our linemen have swapped out. Grayson Harris is not suited up. Joe Roche to the outside. He's still running. Bumps top. He gets stood up and marched back.
Boy, if he could have made that cut over there that he was trying to do, he had room ahead.
He does, but he still picks up a first down Wildcats. Actually, no, we're 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 to go. 10-17 in the fourth quarter. Fullback is going to take the ball, and he is tripped up quick. That's the number 15, Carl Westerling.
That's going to bring up 3rd down, so about a loss of a yard on that, 3rd and 6.
Made by number 22.
Cash Clark subs in for Carl Westerling. 2 backs in the backfield. That's Cash and Joe Roche. Call for the ball again. It's going to be a pass play. This time it's going to go to
he's got Cash
Clark. He picks up the first down, still rolling down to the 48-yard line possibly. Wildcats moving the ball.
So, Kevin, looking to next week, not that we're looking past tonight, who do we have next week and where?
Well, that's the thing. Coming in, starting next week, we're going to have some pretty solid ball games. I believe we've got Carl Junction and Marshfield next on our bat. Carl Junction next week, followed by West Plains.
And that'll be at Carl Junction.
Yes, it is a away game. Runs good for about 4, maybe 5. 2nd down and 5. That was Joe Roche. He's going to limp off the field. Looks like he might be banged up a little bit. Takes his helmet off. Not happy. Cash Clark coming across. He's going to get the first down. He is still moving down to about the 32. I'm hearing that there's 12 men on the Parkview side, but imagine if there's a flag, we find that, wouldn't you think?
You would.
They're moving the chains. Ball's marked, I believe, at the 33.
I think we've got 11 now.
Cash Clark, you're back. The right side of Sam Freeze. 3 receivers. And it is going to be a quarterback sneak. That's the number 17 of Holston. Comes in. I did not even notice quarterback switch there. We were counting all the numbers on the Parkview side, but that is number 17 of Holston. Hayden Holston actually gets a nice little quarterback sneak to the right side. 8 minutes, 16 seconds left. We may not see Sam Freeze back in the game.
Right, I believe we've made I agree with that. Your fourth quarter, 8 minutes, game in hand, no need in getting your starting quarterback hurt.
100%. He's had a great night, some great passes. 1 interception.
That can change a season in a heartbeat.
We've seen that in the last few years. You know, speaking of that, I believe it was his sophomore year. Our starting quarterback was out there on a special teams play. Second game of the season. Tears his ACL, I do believe. That's when Sam Freeze got his first snap as a quarterback. Oh, possibly
That's a little
horse collar.
collar-y there, but they don't call it.
Looked like a horse collar. But anyway, back to that. He took his first varsity snap the second game of the season and struggled all season long. Just threw him to the wolves.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing like here you go. I mean, no one would have ever expected a little bit of a high snap there.
High snap.
Blowing.
Saved by the
Not
whistle.
Sure what was going on.
Well, I believe we had a false start.
Movement on the Cats up front.
Yes, they're going to march us back 5. Be 3rd and 7. 7-11 to go in the game. Cats up 34-6. Your number 17, Holston, still quarterback. I believe that's Carl Westling to his right. 3 receivers to the left.
Quarterback keeper.
Quarterback keeper does not work. They're going to lose about a yard there. It's going to put us 4th and possibly 8 if they mark it where I'm looking. Actually, 11. 4th and 11. Well, I'm pretty sure we will not kick it. We'll still go for it. We're in good field position even if we turn the ball over. Well, as you can see, the Wildcats watching the sideline. Game clock down to 5. I imagine we're going to see a timeout here.
We've got Nate Knowles out there, which made you wonder, are we going to attempt a field goal?
That's a great question.
Are we going to?
I actually snuck into practice one day this week, and I saw a couple plays that they played that these two, Nate Knowles and this quarterback, were actually in on the play. Be interesting to see if we see one of these plays that I watched in practice. We're at a timeout. Wildcat caught timeout. 6:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Cats still up 34-6. You know, interesting fact, some of them may not realize who this quarterback is. This was Catholic starting quarterback for the last couple of years. He's a junior, transferred to Rogersville, finished out his last 2 years. Good, solid quarterback.
And I believe that his freshman year he got thrown in at Catholic due to an injury, so he's back to pass.
He rolls out right. He's got an open receiver, Nate Knowles, and it is there, but there's a flag on the play. I believe it was called over here on the left. We'll have to see.
Yeah, our coaching staff going to be saying we got some linemen downfield.
Ineligible receivers downfield, possibly. Well, one of the problems is these boys are so big and physical, they're just pushing them back. When they let go and they're standing downfield, they quickly could become ineligible receivers.
So that's going to back them up another 5. But bringing up about 4th and 15 on the play.
Hayden Holston, still your quarterback. Joel Roche is back in the game. Cash Clark, the opposite side. We're on the near hash. 4 receivers. And we're going to go for a big pass. Oh, and it's down at the turf level. And we're going to.
Had Roche there, might have turned into Roche, but.
He got a little bit of pressure.
Yep, got pressured.
But that's the reason we've got our second string quarterback out here playing. What happens if we need him next week or the week after? He's got to have these snaps. He's got to get his game legs in there. And this kid's a good quarterback. He's a big, stout, tall. You know, I went to both of the last JV games, and I believe he's won each game by 40. Defense back out there. It's our starting defense. Linebacker running through.
Going to pick up nothing there.
They'll pick up absolutely nothing.
Caden Hall in on the play, and they're
number 55. There's a whole slew of them.
Little Cliff.
Jesse Roberts, he had 7 tackles last week. Little substitution here. The number 5, Tony Bleeker's out there, senior. Another linebacker stands to the left side of Caden Hall, number 44.
I'm not worried about
Kel Sharp, the left side, outside corner. Oh, and we send our linebackers again. And they are looking.
Oh,
and it's
Cash
empty.
Clark on the interception.
The score with 5:01 left on the clock. Wildcats get the second interception tonight, and the same man brings the ball down. 5:01. And our defense, for the first time in 3 games, comes out onto the field and gets to walk back off after about 1 minute worth of work. Hayden Holston's going to be our quarterback coming back out onto the line. Joe Roche back beside him again. I imagine we're going to be running the ball a lot here. We'll have to see. Now, this man's got a good arm, right-handed. 1 too many on the field. We call a timeout.
Wildcats. Get that old.
Hayden Holston's a 6'3", 175-pound junior. He plays quarterback and linebacker. I will tell you this. I bet he's got 200 yards, and I'm just guessing, but I bet he's got 200 yards in each game in the last 2 JV games running. He's got a set of wheels.
Speaking of wheels, any results from the cross-country race tonight?
You know, I only heard one result. I don't know how the team did, but I do know my daughter came in first for Logan Rogersville varsity girls.
And that would be Lexi?
Lexi Hall. The other one's over there cheering on the other side. The twins.
Yep, Lexi. Great job for her getting first place tonight.
Logan Rogersville girls cross country is pretty solid. They won pretty much every meet last year in middle school, and these freshman girls are coming. Here we go.
Roche
Hayden.
up the middle there is going to pick up 2 yards on the play.
You know, that was almost a deception play. Uh-oh. I'm seeing the results getting passed over here.
There you go.
Landon Fawcett won the first place. Connor Beatty, Caden Castillo, Graydon England medaled in the varsity boys meet down at Willow Springs. 7th grade, 7-girl varsity medalist. Oh, Lexi Hall got it. Leighton Castillo, Cecilia Baker, Avery Ogles.
Kaylee Boone, Grace, you say that, is that Geisert?
You bet.
Caroline Cope.
27, Xavier Allen.
Well, we're trying a few more setups here in the offense. Not getting much production the last few plays. But we are running the clock down as number 32, Gann, comes out. That's Philip Gann. 5'8", 160 sophomore. Carl Westerling behind the quarterback. He's going to take the ball for the run up the gut. And he's got a hole. He's making a hole, and I believe that's going to be good for a Wildcat.
First down.
That's what I'm talking about.
So they are moving the chains. Going to get the ball down to about the 26-yard line.
Good production with the ball here, Stephen. 3:35. We've had the ball for almost a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and just went up the field 12, 15 yards. We haven't had to worry about clock management much this year. Quarterback keeper, and he is brought down quick as that nobody touched the inside linebacker and middle backer.
Down there.
He was hit hard.
You would think maybe
I believe we're going to go to an injury Wildcat timeout. Injury timeout, and he is shook up pretty good.
The great Ashley Klug making her second appearance on the field tonight.
Well, going back to our schedule next week at Carl Junction. Week after that, we're going to be that's Wildcat Kingdom right there, West Plains.
I hope the Wildcat fans, friends, neighbors, everybody shows up for that West Plains game.
You know, that's one of the teams. These next two games are the games that really everybody wants to see. Carl Jackson, I believe they're even ranked this year. They're solid. They're 2-0, setting really good. You got Branson that's 1-1 coming into tomorrow night. They're going to be a good game to watch as well.
Folks, let's give a round of applause to number 17 for the Wildcats.
I think a lot of the boys tomorrow night, Friday night football night, will be going up and watching the Marshfield play Carl Junction at Marshfield. I get to hear all the seniors talk. I know there's a whole I don't think there's a bus of them going, but there's a group of them going.
I remember one year when Hollister was playing Aurora on a Sunday, and quite a few of the boys went down to watch that Hollister game. And I don't know if it was said or if it was just reportedly said that. So Free's back in with the.
He is back
injury,
in, and the ball is stolen away from our running back as it's handed from Sam Freeze to the running back, and the number 4 comes blowing in and just steals the ball from him, muscles it away.
But I remember in that game, the alleged word from that got back to the boys was, we don't know why Rogersville's down here watching this. This is going to be an easy game. And J.J. O'Neill put on a show that they still remember.
I remember watching J.J. play in high school. We get to watch him this Saturday at home. Couple Wildcats. Actually, one of them over here in the sidelines. The holder, one of the kickers and punters from Missouri State, Stuart McDonald, is here watching.
Boy,
he's got a lot of time.
Oh, they've got, that's coming back. Whatever it is coming back.
I'm pretty sure I saw some holding back there on the back side.
Lucas White got held, pushed in the back, and slightly twisted his ankle all at the same time.
Yeah, you would imagine there had to be some holding going on when a team's got 20 seconds for their quarterback to make a move. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left. Wildcats still up 34-6. Now, it's interesting to see this team play off here tonight with the Wildcats as they were defeated last week from West Plains, 28-12. Much closer game than we're giving them. Linebackers are blowing through the middle. Another flag thrown. Another flag on the far side.
I'm going to say that one's going to come back, Kevin.
You know, that's what we saw on watching the video of Parkview last week and the week before. Just some plays that didn't need to have, you know, the outcome that they needed for offense as they were pulled back. Some really good offensive plays. But it looks like it's on the Wildcats this time.
I was expecting a holding call.
Penalty is against the Wildcats. And that is a Parkview Viking.
And I'm not even sure what the call was.
I'm not either. We're 2 minutes, 5 seconds down in the fourth quarter.
Parkview tackle down at the 10.
Number 22, J2, Jermaine.
Clock stays rolling. It's going to bring up second and two-ish, 1 to 2.
Minute 32. I believe we're going to hold them short.
They will pick up the first down.
By number 1.
Clock will stop for a second while they move the chains.
1 minute, 16 seconds to go.
Going to bring up first and 2.
Pretty solid ball game tonight for the Wildcats, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine they're going to try to go right up the gut. They've done it all night. And this time they're going to
pick up the touchdown, as you said, right up the gut.
.55 seconds left in the ball game. Now it's going to move to 12 to 34 Wildcats.
And the call is a Parkview Viking touchdown.
Looks like they are going to just go for 1.
Well, they tried this earlier in the game, and we got a blocked kick. And I believe we're going to have a third one. That is going to be Gage Hale with his third blocked kick of the year. Wow. 55 seconds left.
You would think next week Carl Junction would put somebody out there to pick him up.
You know, I imagine Carl Junction's doing their homework here tonight. I bet they're here. And I imagine you are correct. You know, that's one thing we've seen in the first 3 weeks of high school football is we're pretty much the only team so far that's put any points on the board with your extra point. Ava, we stopped Ava 5 times on their 2-point conversion. Did not work all night. That made the difference of the game.
I told John when they missed that first point and then they started going for 2, I said, this could be a difference maker.
It was. It would have been a tie ball game if they'd have made all 5. Well, what does our coach do here? Do we take a knee and try to run the clock off?
Well, it looks like we're putting some hands guys out there.
We are. They're going to try an onside. Oh, but they do kick it deep.
Cash Clark back there to receive it, and he's just going to take a knee.
Clock stops at 52 seconds.
About 2, you'll be headed to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Well, you know what? Interesting. Last week we saw Ava on this exact setup right here call a timeout after we took the knee. and our team just run it up their throat the next play, and they said, oh, we'll back off.
Yeah.
Go ahead and run the clock out. We'll have to see what we do here as we're in victory formation. We will take the knee. Now, there's enough time to run the clock out as long as Parkview's good with it. It'll be a 34-12 Wildcat. Actually, I take that back. That's 25 seconds on the play clock.
They can take one now, and it'll be over.
And that's what we're fixing to do is Sam Freeze pulls up for the ball. Wildcats down. Victory formation for the second time tonight. Call for it, take a knee. Sam Freeze will take win number 3. And for the first time since 2011, the Wildcats go 3-0 on the road tonight to start the season.
So, man, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Kevin, you will be in Carl Junction next week.
We're hoping to be.
And